7 Main Mistakes in Body Care. Not only the skin of the face needs daily cleansing and moisturizing. Improper body care is the cause of dermatological diseases, dryness, hypersensitivity, and other problems. We tell you about the main errors and ways to fix them. Frequent water treatments. According to a survey by Euromonitor International, people take a shower using gel or soap from 6 to 12 times a week. The composition of detergents includes foaming substances, lauryl sulfate and sodium lauryl sulfate. When washing with them more than one time a day, the protective layer of the skin is broken, dryness and irritation appear. Before being supplied to the houses, the water undergoes additional treatment. It is cleaned with sand filters and disinfected with sodium hypochlorite with an ammonia-containing reagent. As it passes through the pipes, it accumulates calcium and magnesium salts and becomes rigid. A study by scientists at King's College London confirmed that bathing in such water is a risk factor for dermatitis. The American Association of Dermatologists says, to maintain hygiene, you need to take a shower with gel 2 times a week. The exception is hot weather and physical activity. On other days, wash only the axillary and inguinal areas with water. They contain a lot of sweat and sebaceous glands. With frequent contact with hot water and aggressive shower products, the protective layer is washed off faster. The skin loses its barrier properties and becomes vulnerable to bacteria. Very hot water is stressful for the skin. Lack of a shower after a workout. Exercise and physical activity increase body temperature. Sweating is a thermoregulation mechanism that cools the skin. In hot weather, from 1 to 5 liters of liquid evaporates from the surface of the body. The composition of sweat includes products of mineral metabolism, phosphates, ammonia, uric acid, chlorides, and calcium salts. They irritate the skin and cause a rash. Refusal to shower after training leads to the appearance of pityriasis. This dermatological disease is caused by yeast-like fungi that multiply with profuse sweating. The pathogen disrupts the work of pigment cells of melanocytes, and brown-red spots appear on the skin. A couple of minutes is enough for the sweat to dry and clog the upper layer of the skin. An environment for the reproduction of bacteria is created. This causes folliculitis, inflammation of the hair follicle. Especially if you haven't changed your clothes and went home in sportswear. Even if you live near the gym, take a shower right after your workout. Insufficient hydration. The skin is 64% water. Irritation, dryness, peeling, and microcracks are signs of moisture deficiency. Creams and lotions are used to moisturize the skin of the body after a shower. They consist of a base, lanolin or Vaseline, and additives, plant extracts, hyaluronic acid, perfumes, animal components. Regular hydration restores the protective layer and maintains the composition of normal microflora. Local skin immunity works, the risk of eczema, dermatitis, and fungal diseases decreases. It is better to take a shower with pharmacy brand gels that contain moisturizing ingredients, and then apply creams of the same brands. They include, for example, ceramides and omega. Their texture is light, the products are quickly absorbed. Rare replacement of washcloths and towels. Hygiene products are constantly in contact with the skin. Dirt, keratinized scales, fungal spores and bacteria accumulate on them. In a humid environment, microorganisms grow and multiply more actively, and with subsequent washing, they are transferred to clean skin. A study by scientists at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York confirmed that colonies of Pseudomonas, Staphylococcus, Streptococcus, Enterococcus bacteria are found on the surface of sponges. These microorganisms cause pustular skin diseases. The American Cleaning Institute recommends drying towels after each application and washing 3 to 5 times after use. The sponge or washcloth should be changed every 1 to 2 months. Artificial tan. The solarium uses rays of the UVA spectrum, which are 10 to 15 times more intense than natural radiation. They penetrate into the deep layers of the skin and cause photoaging. Tan is the reaction of melanocytes to the action of ultraviolet light. The skin produces the pigment melanin to prevent further damage. According to a study by the Center for Epidemiology of Austria, the risk of developing a malignant melanoma tumor when using a solarium under the age of 35 is 75%. Therefore, it is not worth using an artificial tan as a means of preparing for a vacation. UV radiation dehydrates the skin, destroys collagen and elastin proteins that contribute to its elasticity. The consequences are dryness, early aging, and the appearance of wrinkles. People with sensitive skin may develop allergies in the form of rashes and redness. Incorrect use of Sanskrit. Scientists from the Oslo Institute of Fundamental Sciences have confirmed that the use of sunscreen reduces the risk of developing melanoma by 18%. But you need to apply it correctly, only then will there be a result. The first mistake is the untimely use of the cream. Apply the product 15 to 20 minutes before leaving the house, and not on the beach. Another mistake is processing only those areas that burn more often: neck, chest, back, and shoulders. It is necessary to apply Sanskrit on the entire surface of the body. A sufficient amount of sunscreen for the face is half a teaspoon, for each part of the torso, 1 tablespoon. The optimal amount of cream is 2 mg per square centimeter of skin. In fact, we apply about a third of the proper amount. Another mistake is to rely only on Sanskrit during active sunny hours. Clouds scatter ultraviolet light, but they let in group A ultraviolet rays, which are responsible for premature skin aging. It is necessary to select a remedy taking into account the age and level of solar activity. After applying the Sanskrit, wait 3 to 5 minutes for the product to be absorbed, then it will not be washed off with water. The cream should be renewed after bathing and every 2 hours. We have already talked about the effect of the sun on the skin here. The wrong direction of the razor during depilation. Removing unwanted vegetation against growth is a traumatic method. The blade removes the epithelium, the upper layer of the skin. When the cover begins to recover, it closes the penetrating hairs. They grow under the skin, forming painful red bumps. Shaving against growth damages the hair follicle. Conditions are being created for the reproduction of staphylococcal bacteria that cause an inflammatory disease, folliculitis. Itchy and painful nodules appear on the skin around the hairs. After 2 to 3 days, pustules with green-yellow contents form in their place. The American Association of Dermatology recommends removing vegetation in the direction of growth, using foam or balm to soften the skin. This way it will be possible to avoid folliculitis and ingrown hairs. This is confirmed by our experts. Frequent shaving can lead to hyperpigmentation, ingrown hairs, and skin irritation. It is necessary to remove the hair in the course of growth, using means for better sliding, shaving foam or gel. In places with sensitive skin after depilation, soothing creams with panthenol, zinc or chamomile can be applied. Frequent bathing breaks the protective barrier, hot water dries the skin. Do not bathe for more than 15 minutes, do not wash with gel more than 2 times a week. If you do not take a shower after a workout, an environment is created for the growth of harmful microorganisms. The body needs to be regularly moisturized. This restores the protective barrier and maintains the composition of normal microflora. You need to change towels 3 to 5 times after use. A sponge or washcloth once every 1 to 2 months. UV radiation from the solarium dehydrates the skin, leads to early aging, increases the risk of developing melanoma. Sunscreen should be applied 15 to 20 minutes before leaving the house, renew it after bathing and every 2 hours. A sufficient amount of sunscreen for the face is half a teaspoon, for each part of the torso, 1 tablespoon. Shave your hair according to height, and with gel or shaving foam.